Hello, everyone. Well, normally at around the starting point of the season, we would have some kind of coaches meeting. A lot of you guys have been to that before. Obviously, with things being the way that they are this year, there will be no in-person coaches meeting. So this will kind of substitute that as best as it can. I know that we started the season about 3 weeks ago now, I guess, but I just haven't gotten around to being able to do this. So I just wanted to post a video introducing myself to those who I haven't gotten the opportunity to meet yet, and kind of just going over a few informational things. I want to make this as quick as possible, so you're not, sitting in front of the TV or sitting in front of the computer or phone watching me too long. So we'll try and make this short and sweet. First of all, for those that have not met me yet, my name is Cyrus Boggery. I tell the girls that they can call me Coach B. I know Boggery can be kind of difficult to pronounce, so I'm fine with Coach B. Uh, I am just a little bit of background information. My wife and I are both teachers. I teach at a tiny little private school called Summit Christian Academy, right next to Tab High School. And this is the second year that I have been the York girls varsity basketball coach. I have a son in seventh grade and a daughter in fifth grade. And hopefully, those that I have not gotten the opportunity to meet yet, hopefully, we'll be able to meet at some point in person. So, let me begin. First of all, I don't need to go into too much explaining that this has been kind of a tough year on everybody, especially those involved with sports or teaching. So right off the bat, I thank you guys for your patience. A lot of our waiting is not just on my end, but above me. We obviously have a lot of things coming down from the school board, coming down from the VHSL, coming down from Coach Ashley. And so you guys will need to continue to exercise patience throughout the year. Usually I run a very transparent program. Last year I made it, I made it known that you guys as parents would be welcome in any of our practices. You're welcome to sit behind our bench during games, that kind of thing. A lot of that stuff isn't going to be happening this year. Obviously, you won't be able to attend practices. I still want to make things as transparent as possible. I want to keep things as informative as possible. When I hear things, I want to be able to pass that information down to you guys. I try to make myself as available as possible. Obviously, things are different this season, but bear with me as I try to keep things as normal as possible. With that being said, please feel free to direct message me anytime about any concerns or questions that you guys may have. I've already had a number of parents direct message me on GroupMe for various questions and concerns, and so that's a great outlet to use to contact me or to ask me or voice any concerns. The next on our list, maxpreps.com. I'll post the link to the website on our group thread, but that is a website that we will use a lot. It will have our game schedule on there. The girls will use it a lot because it has other teams' rosters, other teams' stats, other teams' games. You can see the results of other teams as well as our teams. It will also have all of our stats on there, so the girls will really enjoy going on there and seeing their stats, their game-by-game stats, their season stats. So all of that stuff will be on maxpreps.com. If you just Google Max Preps York High School, you can kind of work your way to our home page. GroupMe, everybody has been pretty familiar with GroupMe. We used GroupMe last year. Literally everything will be on there. A schedule will be on there. A calendar of our practices will be on there. Everything will be on there. Bus dismissal times will be on there. Any changes to anything, I will post immediately on there. Questions will be answered there. Concerns will be addressed there. And you'll need to stay involved on that GroupMe thread. If it doesn't notify you, I would recommend changing your notifications so that you get the notifications on there. And I also recommend that at least one parent of every player has. It's not a recommendation, actually. I think I said that earlier, where I need at least one player on there, or at least one parent of a player on there. And I would recommend both parents being on that GroupMe thread, as it'll be a major resource for us. Absences / late for practices. Hopefully this doesn't become a problem. It wasn't a big problem last year, and hopefully the same will be said this year. This is a big thing of mine. I need to hear from the parent if a player is going to be late or absent from practice. It's just a lot easier to deal with that way. I can keep things clean, and it's just a lot easier hearing an absence from a parent than from a player. So I ask that you guys would do that. Let's see, if you are injured, if a player's injured, you still need to be at practice. And if a player is going to see the train, we have always had really good trainers, access to really good trainers. If you're injured or going to see a trainer, or even if you're just going to get your ankle wrapped or your wrist wrapped or something like that, you need to come a little bit earlier so that you can have access to that trainer, and so that doesn't take up practice time. Fees and forms. Again, this would have been, on a coaches meeting night, you would have, had those fees and forms given to you, or the forms given to you. So each player, John Ashley came in last week to one of our practices and distributed the forms. So everyone will need to turn in their handbook form signed. I think it's a back page. And each player needs to turn in their athletic fee as well as form. You can give me this athletic fee the week of January 4th. That way I'm not holding on to any money during the break. Or you can pay for it online. But I believe all of that stuff needs to be turned in before our first game, which is right now scheduled to be the Thursday that we get back after winter break. The schedule has been a mess. It's changed. There were 2 days last week where it changed, I think, 7 times in a span of 48 hours, which is why I haven't really given out a schedule yet. I'm hoping in the next couple of days to post it onto our GroupMe thread. Uniforms. Each player has been given a practice jersey as well as their home and away uniforms. It's theirs to keep and take care of the entire season. They will turn those in at the end of the season. Again, I hit on this just a second ago. Lots of information regarding games. Unfortunately, most of it will still be pending, and I'm waiting to get more information, or I'm waiting to get definite information on how games will go and what games will look like. So first of all, again, I have not posted a game schedule. I've gotten a bunch of different game schedules. In the next couple of days, I'm going to post it onto Max Preps, and then I'm going to post it onto GroupMe. And you should, when you get that schedule, and eventually I might send out not a hard copy, but just a copy that you can download. When you get that schedule, though, be expecting changes. And that's just the way that this season is going to go. It's going to be a very, very fluid season. We as coaches are kind of under the impression that things can change and will change at any moment. And so I would expect you guys as parents right along with us. There's just nothing we can do about it. Things will change, and things will change even last minute. I'll do my best to keep you guys informed of any changes. As of right now, and again, all of this could change. As of right now, it looks like only one parent will be able to attend all home games. The plan is to give a ticket out to each player, and then maybe have if we have an extra tickets, maybe have a rotation of a rotational way to kind of distribute those extra tickets if we have those extra tickets. York County is looking into live streaming games. I hope they can do that. I think that would be really cool and a really good way for everyone else to view the games. I know some of the private schools have done it. I know we've done it at Summit Christian Academy, and it hasn't been very difficult. So I'm pushing for them to be able to do that. And it's really, really cool for the players to that night, literally they get home and they can watch the game. and see how they did and that kind of thing. So I'm hoping that that ends up happening. I'll definitely have video of the games available. So I always make it a point every year to tape our games, to watch and to get better and whatnot. So we will definitely have some way to make our games available to you on to watch. And I've had a few people volunteer or say that they could tape the games. So we'll definitely have some way of videoing the games and sending that out there. Away games, unfortunately, we won't be able to. We won't be able to attend any of the away games. There might be. We haven't really gotten great clarification from, like, let's say if we go to Smithfield or if we go to New Kent, that might be a possibility. I don't know yet. I'm saying probably not. But as of right now, and we anticipate that no parents will be able to attend any away games. There will be an administrator at every away game should anything happen. That's just kind of the way it is right now in 2020. If that changes, again, anything that changes, I'll be sure to let everybody know. Okay, I think we've about covered everything. I've done this as quickly as possible. Anything that I've forgotten, or like I said, any information that I get, I'll be sure to post it onto GroupMe. I want to make sure in this kind of changing year involving sports, I want to make sure that the information that I have is given to you guys as best as I possibly can. In closing, again, I'm sorry that we couldn't meet in person. Those of you who I haven't got an opportunity to meet yet. In closing, I always like to kind of give you my philosophy or my goal, and it's to have every one of my players get a good deal of enjoyment out of the season. That doesn't always happen, and that doesn't always happen equally. But that's my goal. My goal is never to win basketball games. I'm not a win first coach. I don't apologize about that. Again, my goal is to help your player, help your daughter to get the most enjoyment that she can out of this season. And you know, with that being said, we're obviously going to try and win basketball games, and we're going to try really hard to win basketball games. Last year was a successful year for us. We ended up winning more games than any York team had won in a decade. We won a regional game, which a York team had not won in a decade. So we accomplished a lot of things that we wanted to accomplish last year. And but more importantly, I think the majority of the girls really enjoyed last season. I know I enjoyed last season, and so again, that's my goal for this season as well. Again, feel free to ask me if you guys have any questions or concerns. And if I've forgotten anything, I'll try and post it on GroupMe. I look forward to listen. We're lucky and very fortunate to still have a season right now. And the closer that we get to games, the better I feel. Obviously, still anything can happen. But I am hoping that we'll be able to have a basketball season this year, and that your girls will be able to play in games this season coming up in January. All right. Again, hoping to meet everybody in person one day soon, and everyone have a wonderful and happy holidays. Thank you for your time, guys.